நேற்று ஸ்டார்டிங் எப்படி ஆச்சு அப்புறம் கனெக்ட் ஆச்சு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக இஷ்யூ இருக்குது. பேட்டரி இஷ்யூ இப்படி வந்து ஆஃப் ஆகும். இல்லை ஒரு ஒன்று தான் இருக்குது, அது ஒர்க் ஆகுது, ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை, டெய்லி தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். Yeah, before we discuss new things, let's recall what we done yesterday. So we discussed about how a variable is. Yeah. We discussed how what's the actual role of variable. Till yesterday we might have thought that variable stores data, but actually it doesn't store data. It points to the object reference. Okay. Basically, it stores the address of whatever it's pointing to. Okay. So I hope you have gone through this. Let's discuss the first question. Can anyone say what will be the output for this? Anyone? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 print statement. So yeah. So the first one is the answer is. Anybody can give the reason? Yeah, you only. So an answer here. Yeah, you can only say. Yeah, say it's okay.
Yes, it is an integer. It is mutable. So that's why I use
Yeah. So here we are updating the value of integer, right? I explained using the memory diagram. Let's say I'm declaring a is equals to 10. 10 will be stored like this in the memory, and this particular place will be having some address. We can find out that address using this method. We can pass id of a, we get some random integer. A will be pointing to here. Okay. If we update the value, this 10 won't read. I mean, if we what are we doing? 10 plus 5, right? This won't become 15. 10 will be like that as it is. A new value will come in a different place, and a will be pointing to the new place. So when you check the address again of variable a, you will get a different one. That because integer is immutable. Okay. What are immutables? Integer, string, tuple, float, and mutables. List, set, dictionary. Okay. Here boolean also comes. Okay. So in the first case we are changing the value of integer. That's why we get different address. What about in the second case? Same, because we are touching the list. We are adding 4 to that list only. We are not creating a new list, or we are not copying. We are not creating a clone of it. We are just updating the value of the same list. That's why if we check, we will get the same address. What about the third case? Different, because it comes under immutable. This concept is very important for function concepts. Okay. Different, same, different. Simple. So here the question is, we have a list 10, 20, 30, and I am doing list 2 is equal to list 1. I'll show in the diagram. Okay. I have 10, 20, 30. This is list 1. Okay. I have something like this. I am saying list 2 is equal to list 1. Basically, I am pointing list 2 here only. Okay. This is list 2. And I am saying list 2 dot append. Where is list 2 is pointing to? To the same list, right? So if I do append to the list 2, what is the new value? What am I appending? 99. 99 will come here. And now if I again do print list 1 and print list 2, what do I get? question here is, I declared a list like this, list equals to 10, 20, 30. I wrote one more line called list 2 is equals to list 1. Okay, now list 2 will be pointing to the same thing whatever list 1 is pointing to. Now I am doing append list 2. That means 99 will come here. If I print list 1, what do I get? If I print list 2, what do I get?
10, 20, 30, 99.
Will I get the same result for list 2 and list 1?
Yes, sir.
Same or different?
Same.
Same. Why? Because they are pointing to the same thing. Unless I give new values to the list 2. Unless I redeclare this list 2. Redeclare means something I am creating a new list called 2, 3, 4. Unless I do this, list 2 will be pointing to the same place. If I do this, a new list will be created, 2, 3, 4. List 2 won't point here, list 2 will point here. Okay. Now if I do list 2 dot append 10, will it update here or here? My question is, okay. So now I have this. Now if I do list 2 equals to 2, 3, 4. And now if I check the ID of list 2 and list 1, will I get same or different? Different. Because I redeclared it. Redeclaration. Okay. Modification is different. Redeclaration is different. Modifying is nothing but appending. Okay. If I append, it will come here and sit here. This is called redeclaration. I am giving a new list to the list 2. So the list 2 won't be pointing here anymore. It will point here. Okay. If I do list 2 dot append 10, where the list 2 will where the 10 will sit, here or here?
New one.
New one, right? So because list 2 is not anymore pointing to this place, I redeclared it, so it's coming here. In this question, this was different explanation. So in this question, what I am saying is, what the question is, I want, when I do list 2 dot append 99, I want new list. So what should I do? So I want list 1 as 10, 20, 30 only. List 1. List 2 I want as 10, 20, 30, 99. What should I do in the code? What changes should I do in the code? If I print for that moment, it will be there. But still, if I want the same variable, if I access list 1 after appending, I'll show you the code. So, according to the question, if I want, when I print list 2, I don't want answer as 10, 20, 30, 99. For list 1, I want as 10, 20, 30 only. List 2, I want 10, 20, 30 and 99. What should I do? Yeah? Yes, someone is asking. See, I want this output. See, if I print here, definitely I will get this output. But that doesn't mean at the end of the program, I want this output. Before appending, if I print, I will get that only. That is okay. But at the end of the program, I want this list. What should I do?
Copy.
Yeah, just copy the thing and put it into the new list. That's it. Is it solved? So what I am doing, when I do copy, whatever the old list data, that will come and replace. I mean, if I have 10, 20, 30 like this, list 1 is pointing here. When I do list 2 equals to list 1, list 2 will point here. Okay? When I do this, list 2 will point to the same place. But when I copy, list 2 equals to list 1 of copy, a new copy will be created. This is list 2. So when I append this list 2, it will come and sit here. Is it clear? This you can try, easy. This is also easy. So what happens here? What will be the output? Can anyone explain line by line? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean try. What is the first line of execution? Yeah, line 1. So declaration happens. The items will be apple and banana. Next line? Sixth line. What is happening there? No, what is happening in the sixth line? What is that called?
Function call.
Yeah, function call is happening. So where the next line? What is it? Third line number 3. Yeah. So what is that line called? Declaration. Yeah. Function. Okay. So what's happening there? Whatever we pass items, list will take there. List will take that. What are we doing inside? Appending to the list. So now question comes. When I do this, will a new list will it be created or will it update in the same list? Because yeah.
The both are same.
What both are same?
List and the item.
No. My question is, I mean, if I pass the integer there, what happens? If I modify the value inside and if I try to print outside, what happens?
The output will be apple, banana, and cherry.
Okay, see. My question is, a equals to 10. Let me write here. A equals to 10. Def function x is equal to x plus 20. Fn of a print. So what happens here? What will be the output?
Okay.
How many 10? How many 30? Anybody 30? Confused? Say it then. 10 or 30, what will be the output? Someone 30 at the back. 30. Any other answer? What do you think? What do you think? Say. 30.
Then.
Whatever you think you can say. It's okay. I'm here to explain. 10. Why 10? There must be some reason, right? Whatever you have in your mind, you can say. If you think it's wrong, I am here to explain it. Why then? Sorry? What happens here? What is the value of a? What goes here? Okay, I'll write a only. Now pakka 30. Okay. How many says 30? Okay, one. You also said, right? 30. You got to raise your hands. Anyone else? So that means concept is not clear. See, this concept is very, very, very important. So, in the beginning of this class only, I have taken one example. In the memory, if I do a equals to 10 and if I print the ID of a, I get, for example, I get 1000, and if I modify it, a plus 20, if I take the ID, I get different ID, right? I get different ID. Same goes with the function. When I pass a and I am modifying it, this a is different, this a is different. Then how 30 will come? Yeah. So variable is same. We are calling a only. XA doesn't matter. It's in the function scope. Just yeah. So 10 here. I pass 10. 10 goes here. 10 will come here. 10 plus 20, 30. This A is different. This A is different. Okay. If you want 30, you have to return to this function and you have to store it in the variable. I'm not returning anything. Okay. So, but in this case, list is mutable or immutable? List is mutable. So wherever you have a mutable behavior, when you pass the thing. So yesterday I have explained you guys function in Python. We do call by object reference. Okay. We do call by object reference. When we do call by object reference, here address will be passed whatever there. For example, I had okay. Here I had 10, which is A. Okay. Now I pass that to the function. That A will be pointing here. Now when I modify this A, what I am doing? A plus 20. 30 will come here. That A will be pointing to this location. This A is inside the function. This A is outside the function. But when I pass the list, here I have apple. Here I have banana. Okay. What's the name? Items. Items will be pointing to this list. I pass this item inside the function. In that function, I am doing append cherry. When I do append cherry to the list, whatever the mutable things, cherry will come here only. That LST also pointing here. Is it clear? Is it confusing, guys? Confusing? I mean, confusing, yeah. Should I repeat? Okay. here it's a case of list, right? List is a mutable thing. It will add to the same location also. So if you print items outside, variable integer, then new will be created, new object will be created. I will explain now. Everyone listen. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This list will come under mutable behavior. Integer will be immutable behavior. I'll explain one more time. Okay. Listen carefully. Okay. Then we can broadly classify into two things. I'll start with immutable. We have mutable. Okay. Immutable are int, string, float, tuple. Okay. Tuple anyway we can't modify. Leave it. Mutable we have list, dictionary, set. Okay. In Python, variable doesn't store the value. Variable will store the address. Okay. So variables stores object reference. Okay. So when we do a equals to 10, the memory in the RAM, somewhere in the RAM, it will be in this behavior, in this structure. When we do a equals to 10, 10 will be stored like this. Okay. For this location, one address will be there. To find out that address, we have a method called id. Okay. This a will be pointing it to here. If we do id of a, we get the address of this. Okay. When we modify the integer or immutable, anything, string, float, tuple, we can't, right? So these things, if we modify it, modify in the sense, if I do a equals to a plus 2, it won't happen, 10 plus 2 won't happen. Here 10 plus 2 comes, whatever, 12. 12 will come here. A won't point here anymore, A will point here. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till here? Any doubts? You? Is it clear? Okay. So when we modify the value of immutables, example integer, 10 won't become 12. 12 will become a new object. And the variable a will be pointing to this location. This will be waste. Okay, this is gone. Okay. Now the case comes for mutable. I have apple here, I have banana here, I have items pointing to this. I am doing items equals to apple, banana. Okay, items will be pointing to this. When I do items dot append, this won't create a clone of it. If I do mango, this mango will comment it here. Okay, item is pointing to the same location only. So if I check the address again, if I check the address here, address of items, you will get some value, for example 1000. You again check the address here, you will get the same value. Because like immutable, it was creating a new object, but in terms of mutable things, list, dictionary or set, it won't create a new object unless we copy it. Mango will comment it here, items will be pointing to the same place. Okay. Now let's come to the function. We had a equals to 10. We have a def function. A or x doesn't matter. I'm doing a equals to a plus 20. Okay. Here I'm calling the function f of A, I'm printing here. Okay. I will say what happens here. So A equals to 10. That means in the memory somewhere here 10 will be written. A will be pointing here. Okay. Now function this line will be executed. This function will be called whatever address we had A, that will be this new variable here. It is called parameter. This parameter will be pointing to this location. This A is inside the function. This is outside. Okay. Now if I do A plus 20, I am doing immutable, modifying the immutable. A plus 20 means A plus 20, basically 30 will be this. Functions A will be pointing here. That's it, I am not returning. Okay, now I come outside and if I print A, it won't take this value. That A is different, this A is different. It will take which A is we are talking about, this A. It is pointing to this. What value it has? 10. Right? So we get 10. But for list, if you pass the list, here in this case, we have items. I call the function. It will be something like this. When I call the function, LST will be pointing here. To that only I am appending. Value will come here. And in the outside the function, if I print, I get everything because mutable behavior. Right? So the behavior changes based on what data type or data structure we are operating on. If it is list, set, dictionary, if you change the value inside, we can able to access the value outside. But for mutable, it's different. Okay. As you can see in this case, when I call add items, I just pass apple and banana. Inside the function, I'm appending cherry. But still outside the function, I'm able to print and I'm getting the cherry. Right? That's because immutable behavior. That's how Python works. Is it clear? Okay. Any doubts? Because this is very important. If you still get doubt, you can ask me, I will explain. Anyone? Any doubts? Before you print the function is not returning anything, so you get nothing. Right? So printf function will work when you are returning something. Right? Yeah. You want to try? Shall I try that? Yes. None, because it doesn't return anything. I mean, if you want to print inside what's the updated value of A, it comes 20. I will try that also. Inside it's 20. When you print outside, I will print outside also. Okay. So inside it's 20, outside is 10. If you do function of something, basically it's not returning anything, that's why you get none. What was your doubt? We are not returning anything here. Yeah. So if I do return A, and if I do A equals to function A, and if I print A, I get this value, updated value. Any? Yeah. I mean this A. I mean if the variable name is same, if it is getting new value, it will store in the new place, and that place A will be pointing. If you give different variable, A will be there only. If I give C, if it's 30, C will be pointing here. Any doubts? Okay, so does anyone know what is data persistence? Data persistence. What is persistent in English? Permanent? Permanent? Something related to permanent. Any other definition? Persistent. Continuous. Same. Constant. Noise. Okay. Permanent is a good alternate word. Okay. So let's say for example, you execute a code and you want to store everything in one file. How can we do that? I mean, even if the program ends, program starts, executes, program ends, okay, 10 lines of code. But if you want something from the code forever, the result or any output, if you want to store it in some place, some file, how you can do? Point number one. Number, yeah? Database is okay, but still we'll go there later. This is the first level of storing the data, okay? That is case first point. Second point is, if you already have a file and if you want to use it for your program, how you can do? To read. This is to write. Okay. So, R plus, that's a mode. I will come to that. Okay. So, this is a new Python concept. Two things to do. If you want to write something that to store for forever, even if the program ends. Purpose one. Purpose two. If you already have a file, for example, a CSV file or a JSON file, whatever, and if you want to use that data inside your program. So to do this, we have a concept called file handling. Okay. So Can you name few files, file formats? CSV, JSON, TXT, XML, XML. Okay, this is enough. We'll be working on text file. Okay. We'll start with text file. First, we will know how to. Before we read or before we write, first we have to open. Correct. So to open, in Python there are two methods to do this. One is worst method, one is best method. I will discuss only best method. Yeah, here right, this open file name .txt, whatever mode we have. Okay, this is the syntax, just like how we have for loop, while loop, or if statement, just like that. It's another syntax to open a file. Okay, first we need to open a file. So this is a syntax with the open as if, just remember it. Here we have to pass the file name. Here we have to pass the mode. Mode generally we have three types. There are many types. Let's only discuss three types. Okay, one is reading, one is writing, one is appending. Can you even say the difference between writing and appending? What's appending? Adding extra, right? So writing, you might get confused between this. When I say write mode, I am overwriting. Okay. Let's say you have a file that has 100 lines of content. Okay. Whether it's a story or whatever, it has 100 lines. When you open the file with the write mode, W mode, and if you write something, that 100 line will get deleted. Whatever you write, only that line will be remain. So that is write mode. It's kind of dangerous. You have to be very careful. Write mode. Read mode is nothing but whatever you have inside that, just reading it. Okay. This is read. Appending is, let's say you have 100 lines already in that file name.txt, and if you want to append something, one line extra, along with that 100 line, this new line will be appended in the 101st line. That is append. So mostly we will be using append only. Append and write. Okay. Sorry, append and read. When we do write mode, what happens? Yeah. Everything will be deleted. Whatever we write, that will come as the first line. I will show. Let's say I don't have the file, and if I try to read, what will I get? I don't have this file called test.txt. If I execute the code, what will I get? File not found. Let's check. So I got file not found, right? So the file name is test.txt. What I have to do, in the same folder, I just have to create it. So it was a different file using this syntax. with open file name and in the read mode, as f is kind of pointer, okay, it will be pointing to that file. And if I do f dot read, that's one of the method. I will discuss what all methods are there. Whatever content it has, it will be printed. Okay. And second case, as I said, I actually have one line in that file, but when I do opening the file in the write mode, and if I do write, what will happen? Okay. So the previous line got deleted. New whatever you wrote, that will come in. Guys, try paralleling. Try with your system. This is another thing, another mode of opening the file, append. So I had this hello before. I did not add new line. I just appended this string. So that's how append mode works. Any doubts? It's very simple, right? Yeah. Let's try that. I think it will create new one. So I don't have sample.txt. Let me write it. It will create. When we do in the right mode, let's try for append. Yeah, for append, and so here two things we noticed. We have three modes. One is read mode, write mode, append mode. If file doesn't exist, if file does not exist, error. If file doesn't exist. Anybody getting any errors? doubts, guys? There is one more edge case in this. Let's say for this particular file, what's the file name of this? File handling.py, right? For example, for this file, if the file doesn't have the permission to open this sample1.txt or for that particular user, then I won't be able to open it. That permission thing also will come. So you have to be quite careful. If it is in the same folder, most probably you won't get that error. Okay. Also try one more thing. Open the file in read mode and try to write it. Try what happens. Huh? I mean, whether Python throws error or what happens? Try no. That's what I said. Open in read mode and try to write. Let's say error comes or nothing else, nothing happens. Huh? Let's not go depth. That depth is not required. Read write append is enough. What's happening? Error, huh? What kind of error? Not writable, unsupported operation. If you open in write mode and can you read? Yeah. It's inside the date. You have to get inside the CD date. It's inside. Make sure you are in the right folder. Read, type is open close. once again. Coming. Error now? Not readable. We can't read it. Let me try once. Not readable. One second, sir. So, can you predict the output here? So, in the sample one file, I have something like this. Okay. And when I do read, I'm opening in the read mode and I'm reading it. Inside I have given 4 and next 4. What will I get? Will I get the same output
No, sir.
or different?
Yes, sir. After 4, next pointer will be on 4.
Yeah, say.
First 4 character will be print, sir.
Okay, next.
Next, after completing of 4 character, next 4 character will print.
Okay. So because that's how the Python works. If I do f dot read and if I give inside number of characters, that number of characters will be printed. You might see it's only 2, it's actually 4 because space is there. Okay. So if you if you do f dot read 4, what happens internally? What happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. When you do f dot read 4, pointer will come and sit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Again, if you do f dot read next 4, it will start from here. So the pointer will be sitting here. So unless you reset this pointer to this place, it will continue from that place. That's why if you write f dot, you might think you will always get a space b space. It's not like that. Pointer will come and sit here, and it will continue from there. Someone was calling for doubts. Let's see. Append is not there. Read, write. That's it. You write f dot write one. You are opening the append mode. Okay. You just have to write. That's it. You are opening the file in append mode. The method is write only. Okay. When you open in write mode, if you do write, everything will clear and it will restart. Any doubts? Meanwhile, try this program once. There's nothing but taking the input and just writing it. That's it. Just try this once. It's nothing but taking the input, storing in that file. What is the file name? Notes.txt. That's it. Try this. Can anyone explain line by line what happens here? Can you try? What's the first line of execution? Line number? Yeah, line number? Shall I do? Yeah, line number 20? Yeah. Next, where it goes? No, add notes is different function, right? Why? Yeah, I mean, why 16? Do you have any doubts in this concept? Yeah. No, it's okay. You can say. If you have any doubts, it's very straightforward, right? Yeah, tell. The execution starts at line number 25. What's happening in line number 25? Function call is happening. We are calling the function, right? Where is that function located? In which line? As the names know. Very simple. See, line number 25. Where is the definition? In the line number 16. So what happens in the line number 16? After that, what's inside? Yes, louder. Input what? Okay, what's happening there? From who? What? I'm here. Okay, next. Do you have any issues? No, it's okay. If you have, you want to explain in different language, you can explain. The thing is, you have to understand the concept. What's happening in line number 17? Who will enter the... What happens in the next line? No idea. I mean, if you, I just explained this concept, right? If you are not able to understand, you should ask them. You did not understand. Okay, you did not understand file handling or function. This one you did not understand. Functions you understood. Okay, shall I ask question? What is function definition? Can anyone else try? Can you try? How? Yeah. How execution happens? Line by line. Huh? Yeah, yeah. எங்கேருந்து எக்ஸிகியூஷன் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும்? Starting point. Line number 25, correct. So what's happening there? Another parent. Function call. We are calling that function, right? So next thing execution. Line number 16. First it will go to 16, then it will come inside 17. Right. So 17, line number 17, line number. Input, right. Yeah. Line number 18, what's happening there? என்ன பண்றாங்க லைன் நம்பர் 17 18ல ஃபைலை ஓபன் பண்றோம். in which mode? Append mode. Append mode na? Yeah. Existing content அப்படியே இருக்கும், ஒரு extra line add ஆகும். Next line என்ன? 19th line. See, Python is, if you know English, Python is easy. அங்கே இருக்கு f.write என்ன பண்றோம்? ரைட் பண்றோம், append பண்றோம். என்ன content என்ன? note என்ன? note என்ன? input என்ன கொடுத்தோம் அதான் note. Simple, right? Next view notes கால் பண்றோம். என்ன ஆகுது view notesல? கால் பண்றோம். No. append mode எங்க இருக்கு? view notesல. இப்போ எந்த லைன்ல இருக்கு? லைன் நம்பர் 22. What's happening in line number 22? read mode ல ஓபன் பண்றோம். ஓகே. 23 ல என்ன ஆகுது? அந்த நோட்டோட ஃபைல்ல என்ன இருக்கோ அதை ரீட் பண்றோம். basically printing that. அந்த ஃபைல்ல என்ன இருக்கு அது பிரிண்ட் ஆகும், அவ்வளவுதான். சிம்பிள், ரைட்? ஆன்சர் அதுலயே இருக்கு. If you want to explain in Hindi, I can explain. Not an issue. She was not able to understand. That's why I talked. Do you want explanation? Yeah, even I can speak multiple languages. The thing is, they should understand the concept. Yes, correct. If you stop the program and rerun it again, it will continue from where it was ended. That, yeah, already we have written once, right? It will append from there. Yeah. If you write in right mode, then reopen. I mean, content will be deleted, new thing will be added. Yeah, shall we move to the next concept? Yeah? Doubts? So what is error? Error. Error, anyone tell us? What is error? One of the examples name error, okay. What is error? Mistakes by whom? Mistakes done by whom? Yeah? Okay. Any other answers? Can you say what is error? Whatever you think it is. Mistakes. Okay. Any other answer? Given rules broken. Rules broken. Okay. Any other answer? Bugs. Any other answer? Issues. Issues we can say bug only, because in broader term in development, issues means we can't say issues. In English it's okay, but technically we can't say issues. Any other answers? Syntax mistakes. Syntax mistakes we can say. Any other? Exceptions. So now question comes, whether the error and exception same or different? We handle because exception exists. So exception and error same or different? Kind of. Okay. Any other answer? Are they same or different? Same. Okay. Anyone different? Different. Yeah. Different. What difference? Any one point? Okay. Okay. So every exception is an error. Okay. Both are different. Every exception is an error. But every error is not an exception. Error is a broader term, as you guys said. Mistakes, given the broken, given rules are broken, bugs. Okay, it's at a broader term. Exception will come under that. We can handle the exception. Okay, if we make the mistakes and if we expect it might happen, for example, we have opened the file which doesn't exist only. So sometimes we may know, sometimes we may not know, right? We got the error, file does not exist. So those are kind of exceptions. Exceptions we can handle. Simpler terms, if I want to say anything before execution is error. Anything after execution is exception. Okay. If you are able to compile the program, if you are able to run the program without getting any error, So I mean, if you get any error before that, if you are not able to compile, it is error. If you are able to compile and later on the runtime, if you are facing some issues, then it's an exception. Okay, exceptions we can handle. Any example for error and exception? Error, exception. Okay, in simpler terms, what I can say is these are mistakes. I cannot correct. Okay, mistakes I cannot correct. These are mistakes I can correct. I cannot correct. So, what are the mistakes that I can correct and that I cannot correct? Any examples? Huh? Is it exception or error? Okay. Arithmetic. Anything from this side? What are mistakes I cannot correct? Syntax. Variable what? Yeah, not declared variables. Basically name error. Any other examples? What are mistakes I cannot correct? Syntax, name error. Any other? File not found we can handle. We can handle. I'll write it here. File not found. Yeah. Not defined variables. Name error. Okay. So now question comes, how do we handle our mistakes? Okay. How to handle mistakes? How to handle exceptions? This concept is very, very important, okay? In terms of developer's point of view, backend point of view, Python point of view, you go switch to any other programming language also, doesn't matter. You must know the proper flow of exceptions. Okay, very important concept. It has 3 blocks: try, catch, final. Okay, this is very classical example. We cannot divide number by 0, right? What is the answer for this? 10 divided by 0? No? No? Define. Okay, we cannot number any number with 0, right? So programmatically also we cannot divide number by 0. What happens if we do that? Yeah. First let's do without try-catch block. Okay. Yeah, what happened here? We got some error because Python cannot compute this thing. I give the value for x is 0 in the input. If I do 10 divided by 0, it cannot do that operation. It throws the error called zero division error. This error is actually an exception, okay? Because we can handle it. How? Using the try-catch block. This is the syntax for that. Whatever logic you have, normal logic that you have to put inside the try block. If you feel something will go wrong, then you have to put in the catch block. Here when I say catch, it's except. Except is the syntax for that. We are doing our activity in try block, and we will write one catch block to catch the mistake if something might go wrong. If something will go wrong, something goes wrong, then only it will come to the catch block. Basically except block. Okay. If everything runs smoothly, it won't come inside except block. For example, if I give any other number, we can divide 10 by 5, right? So the execution happens here is line number 4 executes, try, line number 5 executes, we take the input, as you can see, I have given the input as 5, then it comes to the line number 6, 10 divided by 5, answer is 2.0, that's it, program ends there, it won't go to except block, okay. If I give x value as 0, then it is an issue. Then whatever we write the logic inside the except block, right, that will be executed. Okay. Any doubts? What if I write now tell me, will the OK man will be printed?
What's the input, sir?
0.
No, sir.
Any guess? Can you guess? Did you understand the situation here? If I give 0, x value 0, what happens? Error. I have handled the error, right? Yeah. So when that error occurs, it will directly go to except block. I am catching that error. Go there. Yeah. So whatever I write here, okay, that will be printed. Yeah, same. Okay. So whenever you hit the error thing in the try block, directly it will go to except block. It won't execute the remaining lines also. That's why I have given extra line number 7. We faced the issue in line number 6, right? Then it directly went to except block. So that's how the flow of error. You must know that. See, even if we did the mistakes, program did not stopped execution. It executed successfully. That's why it's called exceptional handling. We handle the exceptions. Mistakes like this syntax error and other any mistakes, basically syntax error only. Those things we cannot handle. Okay, that what execution won't happen only. For example, if I don't put the colon here, when if I do the exception handling, it's a syntax error. We cannot handle it. It's a mistake. It's a major mistake. We cannot handle such kind of exceptions. Okay. Any doubts? We have one more block called finally. Here doesn't matter, exception comes, goes, doesn't matter. Try block, anyways it will execute. If we face an issue, if we face an exception, it will directly jump to except block. Whatever logic we return right there, that will be executed. After that it will come to finally. That's the bad flow. If the flow is all good, still it will come to finally block. So this finally block will always execute. That you have to keep in mind. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is done. Today's done. We cannot handle this. Yes, mistakes I cannot correct. Syntax error, name error, I cannot correct, I cannot handle. Mistakes I can correct. Okay. Exception, automatic exception, final not wrong. This will come under automatic. Any doubts, guys? Doubts? No doubts? Okay, let's find out.